Yeah, guys, today we are just about to fly from Columbus, Ohio, CMH airports. This trip is, it was just an international flight. I was just traveling from Columbus to Ghana. So we're going to hit towards JFK. So this video is going to be from Columbus to JFK. I just want you to know what to do when you get there. So basically, whenever I'm going there, because it's international, you cannot do checking yourself. So you always have to go and check your luggage. So that's the first thing I always make sure that I go. So when you get this waiting over there, I already checked my luggage at home, so I want to make sure that it's the right thing. So I just have to put it. International goes with two free carry-on bags depending on ticket. So if you get economy, we have the basic economy. That one comes with one bag if you are lucky. So I don't know much about it. So whenever you are buying a ticket, you should make sure that you check on that, the luggage. So if you don't check your luggage, then you say, oh, this ticket is cheap, so I want going to buy it. There's a lot of stuff that you need to check before you buy your ticket. So our advice that you always make sure that you do that. So first of all, when you get this international, you cannot do self-checking. So you just have to make sure that you go to the agent, the ticket agent, and then they just have to do the checking for you. So in order for them not to like, oh, you overweight, take this one out. So you make sure you check your weight before you go there. So after checking, this is we're going through the Great Sea. This is pre-check USA. This is where I normally go, because when you have global entry, you don't need to go to the normal line. You just have to route towards the gate 3. And then to get the gate number, is going to be on your boarding pass or your ticket. So you just check on it. It's going to let you know the gate that you have to go. So this is right after I'm going through immigration to go to the security checks. That's where you just have to take off your shoe if you have to. Global entry, you don't need to take off your shoe or take out your laptop out of your bag. All that you need to do is just empty your pocket and just take off your belt and just walk through the metal detector. So that's one of the advantages of using global entry. Global entry is for international. So when you are flying international, you just have to do that. And to get that, you need to go to their website first. There's a website that you go there, and then the immigration website, you go there, select that one, or you can just Google global entry application, and then you just go there, do the application. And then after the application, you just have to answer a lot of questions, and then after that you just submit it. When you are pre-approved, that's when you can schedule the date that you can go for interview. So basically the interview, it depends on whatever the agent will ask you. Some people they ask you who was fast for them, sometimes they ask you how long have you been in the country, how did you get your green card, and this kind of stuff. So they're basically going to ask you. There are a lot of people that can join as well, so you just have to go to the website and then read about it before you know if you qualify or you don't qualify. So that's one important thing I just want you to keep in mind. But if you have criminal record, which is bad, I would advise you to just stay off that. So you don't have to do that, because you have to go through those kind of checks. You have to do fingerprint and stuff. So it's going to pop up for you. So you don't need to worry yourself even if you know you have some criminal records. That's really bad. So you don't do that as well. So basically, I'm still walking through the terminal because I have to go to my gates where I'm going to get my flight to get to JFK airport. So this is going to be my boarding area. So I go to my gates, and then when you get there, what you have to know is that you just have to get somewhere to sit. And then I went pretty early, so there was like one flight that needs to go before my flight can take off as well. So in that case, you just have to wait so your flight is available to go. And then when you get here to Delta View, they board in zones, so you have to wait to do your zone before you just have to. So don't waste your time to just go stand there to block the entrance. Just have a seat, relax. They're going to call your zone. So when you call your zone, so you just go in, and then when you go in, your seat will be available for you to just go relax. And if you don't want to spend much time standing by the gate or whatever, you just have to stay there, sit down, especially when you have only one carry-on bag. Some people, when you're going to, or you doing domestic flight, that you just go to return the manager, that you don't have any carry-on bag or anything, you just have your backpack. I'll just say just relax and just go. So this is how to get in the plane to Canada. You just have to walk through it to get into the plane as well. So this is what I'm talking about. So if to avoid this, you can just sit down and then wait. If only you don't have a carry-on bag that you have to put in over the bin. So this is how it looks like when you get there, because there's traffic. So you just have to wait. People have to put in their bag at where they're supposed to put it. Some have to. So in other case, if you know you are back, like you are going back, your seat is back. You just have to make sure you relax and then which one is your turn. But the only disadvantage is going to be that you're not going to get the overhead view if you have a pirate, and at the end of the day, you just have to give it to them to just put it under the flag. And the disadvantage in that is that if you are going international, the bag that you give to them, you're not going to see it again until you just land at where you are going. So whatever country for you. Let's take me as example. I was going to Ghana, so in case if I had not this space on overhead, so because I was not using not like using 7, 6, 8, those people, they are the people that they always run out of flag because they always have a cheap ticket. So you are not going to get a place to put your back. So you just have to give it to them, and then they just put it online for you, and then you're not going to see it again. So if you have electronics that you think that you may need on the flight, your medicine, medication, anything that you think you may need on the flight, make sure you take it out before you give it to them. So that's one key factor that you have to consider anytime that you are just trying to travel international. So, but when it's just a domestic, you just give it them when you arrive, they just give it to you. So basically, that's the most reason why you need to get your seat faster. So another thing that I want you to also see is like whenever you get your seat and then you sit down, you just make sure that you put things in order. So if you need to charge your phone or whatever, when a flight is not in the air, you cannot charge. So now one thing I want you also to remind is this is very important to always listen to their always there when you are demonstrating. This is what they tell you when emergency when you can locate the gates. It doesn't matter whatever you know. Every flight has its own way, so you just have to get some attention. It just takes I think 1 minute or something. Just listen to it, make sure you are safe. There's I think there's a packaging in the seat as well that demonstrates the same thing, let you know where you can get your emergency kit whenever there's emergency and what to do, and you make sure that you help yourself before you help somebody else as well. So it's very important to always take note. And anytime that's into the flight, it doesn't matter if the seatbelt light is on or not on, I always make sure that I have my seatbelt on. So because it's one of the safety things that I've learned ever since I started flying all the time. So make sure you listen to them so they know the best, they know what to tell you. So as you watch them, they demonstrate it. So if it's your first time you're going to fly, you just have to make sure that you take note of all that they are demonstrating over here. It's a good tidbit that is going to help you in case nothing. Normally, a lot of stuff don't happen, but in case when it happens, it's emergency precaution that you just have to get through. And then one fun part of it is that I always feel like it's crazy. Is that when it's emergency, when you land and you're running, don't take any variable, don't pick anything, just go. So because sometimes you're not going to use emergency doors, and it comes with inflated balloons that if you have a backpack or something, have something sharp on it, it's going to just you know what happens. So you always make sure you leave those things behind whenever there is emergency, so you can just run. Your life is more valuable than all those stuff. So these are the stuff that you should know. So this is what happened when we are about to head off. So I said, oh, let me take the video what is going on before the flight took off. So we were still in Columbus, Ohio. So we just going to make our flight. It was an international, but I have to do a layover or stopover in JFK. So basically, this is how it all started. So after that, we just make sure that, so this is what we're about to just move to the runway, that's into the runway before the flight just goes. So this is how in Columbus, Ohio airport also look like. Pretty nice, so beautiful. I like it because it's not so jam-packed like the way it is in New York. New York is like you can just be on the runway for a very long time, sometimes 20 minutes, 45 minutes before it's going to be your turn to fly. Now Columbus is just fast. When you close the door, basically 10 minutes maximum, then you just will be in the air. So that's one of the fun part about Columbus, like smaller airports that is not super huge. Columbus is big, but not like it's not international, doesn't fly international. So basically we always do connected flight. That's what we always do all the time. So this is where we're about to take off. So you know the speed is different. So you always have to know the difference when you're about to take off. This is when if you not experienced flight before, you feel some way when the flight is taking off for you. So if you think you are not really cool with that, you just avoid watching the video as well, so you don't see all this magic. But I always want to see the magic, so I always want to see by the window. So and the disadvantage by seeing the video is that it's because somebody's sitting by you, and then when you want to break out into the restroom, the person has to stand out for you to pass. So it's like a kind of inconvenience. So always advise, if you know you're at that time, then you always use the restroom all the time. I would advise that you always stay off the window. So just be at the outer aisle, so that it's going to be much easier for you to just wake up, go there, come back, and go do your own stuff. So sometimes it's pretty annoying when you are by the window and then you know you're going to use your restroom much at a time. So basically, we just arrived at the Terminal 3 in JFK. So that day it was Christmas time. So I think my flight was I think 2nd December or something. Yeah, 2nd December. When it's really getting closer to the holidays and people are also making a lot. So the JFK airport was really packed. There was a lot of flights that they did cancellation as well. A lot of flights was cancelled on that day because some were they couldn't make it on time to get here. The delay to somewhere like the flights had issue, they had to change it. Some had to change gates. So it was a whole lot of things that was going on. There was a whole lot of mess. So I was just praying that I don't miss my flight because when I miss it, you see that I have to stay to what we use. I don't know, maybe they will ask me somewhere else that I think to go join another flight before I hit my international journey to get to Ghana. So I didn't want that. So I always make sure that I do that. So on my boarding pass or my ticket, I just got to know that when I get here, I just have to fill the gate. So together they have to move me to another terminal. So when I got here, the domestic, I was in the domestic section. So you have to move me to the international. To get there, there's a shuttle that you just have to join. And then I said, oh, cool, I really like it because I also want to see how the airport look like as well. So this is some of the things. So sometimes when you walk in there to get to the other terminal, you don't really see what goes on. So when I saw this, I said, oh, this is cool. Let me just jump into it and see what. So this is how the setup looks like. I couldn't get the view that much, but I believe we can manage it with what we are seeing here. This makes you see that it feels like you are just walking right on the terminal that you can see the flights really back over there. So this is exactly how I wanted you guys to see. So you guys can all see how I feel like, but I don't know the marking, what it means as well. So every marking, I hope you have a meaning because of is when you are driving, all the markings, have some meaning to it as well. So basically, it was fun just being in this bus and then, going, I said, oh, okay, let me take a look. So this is basically how it feels like. So we just have to go to the other gate, and this is the fastest way to get there. You can decide to walk, but I didn't try that. So I don't know about it, but if you think you have more time that you can explore around walk around the airport and do all the stuff that you want to do, you can just do it because some people just get in early because they feel like they don't want to get into trouble or rush to board in their plane. So they always have to come in. But for me, when I started my journey, I think I came here an hour early. And because I have global visa, I know I'm not going to have issue when I go to TSA to check in. So like really, it was fast for me. So I don't know about other people. So they always recommend or advise that you get there when it's international, you get there 2 hours before time. But when it's domestic, they say 1 hour before time. It all depends. So sometimes maybe you get there and there's going to be a lot of people that come waste the time. But when you get there too early too, that means you're going to spend more. Some people decide to buy some food to eat, others still decide to walk around and see what's going on. So the more you stay there longer, the more you want to buy something. And it's another strategy for them to also make people to buy stuff for them to also get money. So when you get there early, make sure you have some little points on you because you're gonna take the water to cause security check. I think they have a little tiny bit that you can do. So you basically you can go with an empty water bottle or whatever container, and then when you get there after you cross through, you can just fill it with water. So that way too, you can do it that way as well. So some people choose to do it that way, that they go with an empty bottle and then they do that. So that it can save them a lot. So basically we go to the other side of the terminal, the international side. Because we use this route, I didn't have to exit the airport and come back in. So normally sometimes you just have to do another check-in before you can enter in. But because I use this route, that means I'm fully checked, and then I don't need to go through another speedy check before I get to my gate again. So this is when we get down that we just have to continue our journey. So it's a pretty long walk. That's why it's always recommended that you come early. So in case connecting flight, and if you don't come early, that means you're definitely going to miss the other flight. So normally some international flight, I always say that the minimum that you can leave between it is that 2 hours. Later, I always do that. Minimum is 2 hours. When you do 3 hours, 4 hours, it's to your own advantage, so you can take the time. But sometimes searching the place to go for the flight is also hassle that you just have to go round. So when you have more time, you just don't get scared and then you go round. So When you want to get your gate, you just look up there and then you're going to see where your gate is. So basically, I just have to walk a lot to get to where my gate is before I get ready to board the Ghana flight. So this is the airport section at JFK. So I know some people know this side already, some people don't know. And JFK is big, so sometimes you think that this is the same place that you came, but trust me, it's a different terminal or something. So you should always know that they have certain things that will look the same, but trust me, it's going to be a different thing. So this is what I was talking about. They have a whole lot of duty-free shops. There's places that you can eat, you can buy stuff. Even if you forget about your headset, whatever that you left, your charger, everything, when you get here, you can get some to buy as well. So these are some of the things that you should consider. So when you forget about it, another key tip I want you to know is that whenever you're at the airport, make sure when you connect to the free Wi-Fi, you don't open any bank account, your bank account, your credit card account, anything viable, don't open it on the free internet because you're going to be vulnerable that people can hack into it and they take some stuff out of your account. And then when you're charging your phone, make sure you use your own charger, just plug it on the wall. Don't try to go use the USB port with school connector as well. That one you can be vulnerable. People can just plant Trojan horse into your phone from there next year. So you take that security precaution as well. When you're at the airport, make sure you go with your own charger and just charge it. Just charge it with the power adapter, plug it to the wall and just charge your own phone with it. Don't try to use just the USB. Just make sure that you are careful on that one as well. So that's one security tip that I want you to also know. So when you're at the airport, you know it's big. You prepare yourself before you do what you're supposed to do. So if you don't use this, there's a magnetizer that you can get into it. It's also does the market as well. So going to your terminal is not an easy job. You just have to keep on going. So until you get to your place, and when you get there on time to, you just have to relax and get your things in together and then wait for it to be your turn before you just go board your flight as well. So this is how it looks like in JFK, Delta terminal. So Delta have a very big terminal because it's one of the biggest in America. So everywhere you go, you see Delta at the airport. So everybody uses Delta at the airport. So basically, you keep on walking and you're going to see a lot of people also there. So just when you get lost, you look on the screen or you check if your phone is not working. So sometimes some people's phone they're using some network that really don't have wider network that when you get there, they're going to get messages or that kind of stuff. You can look on the board because they keep on changing the date, especially when you get a 1 hour early, 2 hours early or something. They can decide to change the date. So you always have to make sure that you always watch your email, you check the updates, and then you check on the board as well to make sure that if in case they've changed your date, you get them who waste your time sitting at that place that you're not supposed to stay. So in here, this is where we just have to wait for our time or our date to be called. I'll say thank you so much for clicking on this channel. See you on my other channel. Say bye.